Now, I mentioned that when I was quilting the pink that the blue kind of puffs up, and I knew it would because there's tight quilting around it and nothing there. So I'm going to quilt that now, and I want to show you that, and then I'm going to show you one other thing. So here is like the blue square, and the idea, very simple. You've seen me do this a lot of times in a lot of different quilts. The idea of going around the edges of it coming in on the block. But what you'll notice here is that I'm not going to come in very far. I'm going to stay near the edge to begin with. Then the second time, I'll bring it in so that it'll make the bigger swirls that we're used to. Now, I wanted to stay near the edges because it was puffing up a little bit. So that way it would keep it from doing that. So again, stay near the edge, not right on the edge, not even trying to do in the ditch, but just staying near the edge to keep it nice and flat. Then go around by coming more into the middle of the block here. And it's important that these little legs here, that you try to stay on top of your own stitching. Now, it's not always going to happen, but that is the idea. Then also, earlier I mentioned when I was quilting the applique kind of feathers. So here, that I wasn't sure if I was going to do anything on the inside of them because I didn't know what it was going to take, what was going to happen when I did all of the smaller meandering stippling on the edges. And it did puff up too much. I wasn't happy with that. So here you can see on one of them where I've already gone into and out on all 5 of those. And I'm going to do this all at the same time, the squares and the squares and the feathers. So I'll start here with this one square. Start. I think I have, yep, I have my needle in the down. So I'm going to do the one line of stitching, staying near the edge, all 4 corners. And you can even see it just kind of, flattening out, not being so oddly puffed right when I do that. Now, coming into the middle a little bit more, when I'm going back to the middle, trying keeping those little legs on the 4 corners, the stitching right on top of another. You know it's not always going to happen, but you can always have best intentions. After that square, I'll go to the next square. Now, when I'm doing the next square, I'm going to start up here in this corner because then that'll take me right into doing the feathering on the applique. So I won't have to stop more than the once. So here I'm going to start in the beginning. There, kind of pull it apart a little bit. There. And now going into the middle, making it more of a dramatic curve going in. I really like this double stitching on it. I think it looks pretty cool. Now that I'm done with the block, I'm right to the middle. So now I can do the feathers. Now, I'm not honestly sure what fusible Sue used for the applique. It was either heat fix, hot fix adhesives, or steam a seam too. For the most part, both of them seem to be working quite nicely. Yeah, every once in a while I'm breaking a thread, but not too much that it's bothering me in any way. So just going back and forth, and like when I went into the middle of the pink squares, I'm kind of crisscrossing my line intentionally, not trying to stay right on top of the previous line, but kind of crisscrossing it, just going a short distance away on each one. And then always stopping with those small stitches so that when I cut, my stitching will be secure.